If you own a home in Mission Viejo, these mega projects could directly impact what your home is worth. Mission Viejo is changing fast, and these aren't small updates. We're talking about massive developments that could completely reshape the entire part of the city. In this video, I'm going to break down the biggest mega projects coming to Mission Viejo, where they're happening, and what they actually mean for you as a homeowner. Hi, I'm Mary Morris, a local real estate agent here in Mission Viejo since 2004. On this channel, I help homeowners understand how growth, major developments, and the city expansion impact home values so that you can make smarter decisions when it comes to selling. If you live in Mission Viejo, make sure to subscribe. I post regular updates on growth, developments, and what that means for you and home values. If you ever want to talk through your situation, feel free to reach out. My contact details are in the description below. So right now, Mission Viejo is going through a major transformation, and a lot of that growth is centered around a few key areas throughout the city. As housing demand continues to increase across Orange County, the city is balancing the need for new housing, updated infrastructure, and expanded retail and entertainment options while working to preserve the community characteristics that residents value. Recent investments include major redevelopment projects, mixed-use developments, improvements to roads and public facilities, and plans to revitalize key commercial areas. Most of the development activity is focused around the shops of Mission Viejo and several housing redevelopment sites that are being updated to meet future housing requirements. And the city is also investing in transportation, improvements, infrastructure upgrades, parks and community amenities to support long-term growth. The growth is not simply to add more buildings, but to create a more connected, modern, and vibrant Mission Viejo that can accommodate future residents, business, and visitors while maintaining the quality of life that we have always endured. One of the most significant projects to watch is the redevelopment and evolution of the shops at Mission Viejo, located at the intersection of Valley Parkway and the 5. This area has long been one of South Orange County's primary retail destinations, but like many shopping centers across the country, it's adapting to the changing consumer habits and demands for more mixed-use environments. The vision for the area extends beyond traditional retail. Future plans and surrounding development efforts are focused on creating a more modern destination that blends shopping, dining, entertainment, and residential opportunities within the community of some gathering spaces as well. The project area encompasses hundreds of acres surrounding the regional mall and represents one of the largest redevelopment opportunities within Mission Viejo. While development will occur in phases over several years, the long-term goal is to transform the corridor into a more vibrant, walkable, and economically active hub that serves both residents and visitors. This infrastructure with businesses and amenities continue to improve the area and expect to remain a focal point of the investor and within growth of the city. What this means for homeowners nearby is that properties located near successful retail and mixed-use development often benefit the increased buyer demand, improvements, and amenities, greater convenience. Buyers are increasingly looking for homes close to shopping, dining, and entertainment, and everyday services. However, homeowners should also consider potential trade-offs such as increased traffic, higher density, and changes to the surrounding neighborhood. Understanding how these projects evolve can help homeowners make better decisions when it comes to buy, sell, or hold their property as Mission Viejo grows and expands. Mission Viejo has also had several apartments and multifamily housing projects that are either proposed, approved, or moving through the entitlement process as part of California's state-required housing goals. The two largest projects are on Marguerite Parkway. We've got Vista del Lago Apartments, which is doing a redevelopment, and that's been approved with the city. They are building 418 new apartment homes. 68 of the existing homes will be demolished. The net increase for that is 350 units. It will be a 6-story kind of wrap-style building around a parking structure. The entire Vista del Lago community will grow from 608 units to 958 units. This was approved in Mission Viejo this year as part of the new city's element. Then secondly, we have again a Marguerite Parkway. We have a proposed apartment complex near the old Burlington store down in South Marguerite. They're looking at putting 413 units in there. Still, that has been in entitlement and review process. It will be one of the largest new multifamily development plans in the city. And then thirdly, we have city-owned housing sites that will go in down by the Animal Services Center and Home Depot. The plan includes approximately 255 affordable housing units. It is located on 22 acres of city-owned property, and the city entered into an agreement with a developer this year in 2026 to evaluate the project. So we're waiting to hear back on that. And then on top of that, there are several other projects in the pipeline that could continue reshaping the future of Mission Viejo over the next years. The city is investing in roadway improvements, infrastructure upgrades, park enhancement, and public facility improvements designed to support long-term growth and improve the quality of life for the residents. These projects may not generate as many headlines as the large housing developments, but there often is a significant impact on how the community functions and feels on a day-to-day basis. There are also ongoing discussions surrounding additional mixed-use redevelopment opportunities, commercial property revitalization, and future phases of maybe the Civic Core Center. We'll have to wait and see. As older retail centers and commercial properties evolve, we may see more projects that combine housing, dining, retail, and community gathering places that reflect how people want to live today. The continued evolution of the shops at Mission Viejo area, the housing incentives, and the infrastructure investments will likely create additional opportunities for future development throughout the city. While not every proposed project will move forward exactly as planned, the overall direction is clear. Mission Viejo is planning itself for long-term growth while trying to maintain the characteristic that has made it one of Orange County's most desirable communities. Many people focus only on today's home values, but future development can play a major role in what happens in the property values over the next 5 to 10 years. Staying informed about what's being built, where growth is occurring, and how the city is investing can help homeowners make smarter decisions about buying, selling, remodeling, or holding on to their properties. In many cases, understanding future development trends give homeowners an advantage before the broader market fully recognizes the impact. If you look at a map, most of this growth is happening in a handful of key areas rather than spread evenly throughout Mission Viejo. A key hotspot is the shops at Mission Viejo and Crown Valley Parkway. There are retail centers that continue to evolve in this area and expect to see redevelopment, modernization, and potentially additional residential mixed-use opportunities that create more vibrant destinations for residents and visitors. Location matters more than ever. Homes located near the growth corridors may benefit from increased buyer interest, improved amenities, and greater long-term appreciation potential as the investment flows into these areas. At the same time, homeowners closest to the activity may experience temporary construction impacts, increased traffic, or higher density. The big takeaway is that not every neighborhood will be affected equally. The homeowners who understand where growth is being concentrated today are often the ones that position themselves for advantages in the future and creating new opportunities for Mission Viejo. This is where it becomes really important for homeowners. Whenever a city experiences significant investment and development, one of the biggest questions is, what does this mean for home values? The reality is that the growth doesn't affect every neighborhood the same way. Areas created near amenities, revitalization commercial centers, improved infrastructure, mixed-use developments often see increased buyer investment because people are willing to pay more for the convenience and accessibility. We're also seeing a shift in buyer preferences. Today's buyers value the walkability near restaurants, shopping, entertainment, and community gathering spaces. Homes located near these types of improvements may become more attractive in Mission Viejo as it continues to evolve. With that said, growth can create both opportunities and challenges. In some areas, new investment and amenities may help support the property values and long-term appreciation. In other locations, increased density, traffic, and construction activities could create short-term pressures that concern some buyers. The key is understanding which projects are likely to enhance the area's desirability and which may create trade-offs. That's why homeowners should pay attention not only to what's being built, but where it's being built and how it connects with the surrounding community. The bottom line is that the future home values won't be determined solely by the condition of the home. They will also have influence by the growth that's happening around it. Homeowners may stay informed about these developments, are often positioned better to make smarter decisions about when to sell, when to renovate, and when to hold for potential future appreciation. These changes can create opportunities, but also changes depending upon your situation. On a positive side, growth often brings benefits that can make the community more desirable over time. New restaurants, shopping, entertainment, and parks and community amenities can increase the buyer demand and enhance the overall lifestyle that Mission Viejo offers. Infrastructure improvements and revitalized commercial areas can also make neighborhoods feel more modern and attractive, which may help support home values in the long run. For homeowners located near successful redevelopment projects, there may be additional opportunities for appreciation as buyers place a premium on convenience and access with these amenities. In many cases, growth attracts new residents, new businesses, and continued investment that strengthens the local economy. However, there can be challenges as well. During construction, homeowners may experience temporary inconveniences such as road work, noise, detours, and increased traffic. As new housing is added, some areas may also see higher density and additional competition from newer homes entering the market. It's also important to remember that not every project will have the same impact. Some developments can enhance the neighborhood's appeal, while others can create concerns for certain buyers depending upon the location, the traffic patterns, and changes in the surrounding environment. The key takeaway is that the growth itself isn't automatically good or bad. The impact depends where you live, how close you are to the development, and what your real estate goals are. For some homeowners, these changes can create significant opportunities. For others, they may require careful planning and timing when it comes to buying and selling. Understanding both the benefits and the potential drawback allows homeowners to make informed decisions rather than reacting for the market that has already changed. The challenge is that there is no guarantee every project will have an expected impact. Markets can change, interest rates can shift, and development timelines can be delayed. Waiting for future appreciation may create additional upside, but it also comes with additional risk. That's why positioning matters. Homeowners should evaluate how their property fits into the changing landscape of Mission Viejo. Is your home located near one of the primary growth corridors? Will the nearby improvements make your location more desirable? Or could the increased density and traffic affect buyers' view of the neighborhood? The homeowners who typically achieve the best results aren't necessarily the ones that sell first or last. They're the ones who understand what's happening around them and make strategic decisions based on the market conditions, future development, and their personal goals. As Mission Viejo continues to evolve, timing could have a meaningful impact on both you and your selling experience and your bottom line. Understanding where the city is headed may help you determine whether now is the right time to sell or whether you should wait for the next phase of growth. Homeowners also tend to overlook one very important factor, which is competition. As new homes, apartments, and mixed-use developments come online, buyers suddenly have more choices. A homeowner who plans to sell in the future may find themselves competing against brand new construction, modern floor plans, updated amenities, and builder incentives. That doesn't mean existing homes lose value, but it does mean sellers need to think carefully about how their property compares to the alternatives buyers will be seeing. The most successful homeowners don't simply ask, is growth good or bad? They ask, how will this specific growth affect my property, my neighborhood, and my future buyers? That's the question that often separates homeowners who maximize their opportunities from those who miss out. Understanding the details of what brings building, where it's being built, and how often it affects the buyer's behavior can make a significant difference when it comes to selling. The bottom line is that growth creates winners and losers. The homeowners who pay attention to the details and adjust their strategy accordingly are usually the ones that will benefit most. Growth creates opportunity, but these opportunities look different for every homeowner. And the more informed you are about what's happening around your property, the better positioned you'll be to make decisions that will align with your goals. These mega projects aren't just changing Mission Viejo, they're reshaping where demand is going, and that it directly impacts the home's value and the selling strategy. So if you own a home in Mission Viejo, understand these mega projects are one of the most important things that you can do when you're planning your next move. These changes can create opportunity, but only if you know how to position yourself. If you want to understand what this means specifically for your home, feel free to reach out to me for a free, no obligation home evaluation. My details are in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe and check out my next video. Take care.